Hello folks, Everchanger here, and welcome back to more Pokemon Blaze Black 2. Last time, we returned to more previous areas in the Unova region to do various activities that did not involve catching new Pokemon. Quite a few cool things happened in that one, so make sure to go check it out if you didn't. But anyway, this time, we are finally going to be taking off over the mountain. Super excited for this part of the game. It's probably my favorite leg of this game, is probably the last third of it, which we're going to be going into right about now, so let's get in on it. As mentioned to us back in episode 63, I want to say it was, we just have to come in here and speak with Skyla, but what does Juniper have to say? Hi there, looks like I kept you waiting. Sorry, shall we give Skyla her chance to show us her piloting skills? Absolutely. Looks like the professor's reached a stopping point in her investigation. Ready to hop aboard my plane? Absolutely. Hee, ready for takeoff. Okay, Skyla, we're ready. Please take us to Lentos Town. Wait! You guys, wait. I want to fly too. I want to do some research in Reversal Mountain. Bianca, you're here. You're starting to show the dedication of a serious researcher these days. Okay, everyone, off we go to Lentos Town. Hee, looks like everyone's here. Finally, it's time to fly the Unova skies. And here we are. Well, I suppose I should tell you why I brought you out here. Chiren told me that a group of people calling themselves Team Plasma are planning to use legendary Pokemon to take over the Unova region. As you may know, in the Unova region there are two legendary Dragon-type Pokemon, Zekrom and Reshiram. But 2 years ago, Zekrom and Reshiram each recognized a trainer as a hero. They are following those trainers, so Team Plasma shouldn't be able to use the Dragon-type Pokemon. That's true. What could they be planning? There is much we don't know about Zekrom and Reshiram. That's why I want to hear what Opelucid City's gym leader, Drayden, has to say about this. He's a Dragon-type gym leader, so he might know something. So, we're finally to the reason why I brought you here. I want you to go to Opelucid City and hear what Drayden has to say. And I would also like you to help me if something happens. Sure, we can do that. Thank you. It's really best not to get involved with Team Plasma to start with. But still, hearing what Drayden has to say about the Dragon-type Pokemon will be really interesting. And more importantly, it will help fill up the pages of your Pokédex. I'll be in the volcano just beyond here. I'm going to investigate the rumors I've been hearing about a rare fire-type Pokemon in Reversal Mountain. And here we are, in Lentos Town. If we quickly pop open our town map, you will see that we have flown all the way clear across the Unova region, and we are now here. And Opelucid City is there, meaning the quickest way to get there is to head down through the mountain, through these pathways, across this bridge, and finally to Opelucid City, which means it is going to be quite a while before we get to our next gym badge, as you might imagine. One cool thing about this portion of the game is this city, this town, Lentos Town, is completely new to Black and White 2. It was not in Black and White at all, and the other areas that we're going to be traveling on the way to Opelucid City were post-game areas in Black and White 2, so unlike the last most recent portion of the game, in which we were basically retreading our path from Black and White, this is a completely new leg of the adventure, which I think is really, really cool. This is where the game starts to really pick up, I think. Anyway, first off, right over here, we have a Firestone. Could be useful in the future. Now, Lentos Town is interesting because this is the only town in the Unova region that made absolutely zero appearances in the anime, which I find pretty interesting. Lentos Town, where rough mountain trails lead. And I think this area is a huge aesthetic departure from the rest of the game. It looks very, I don't know, I guess like New Mexico type area, like with the Native Americans and things like that, with these clay houses. I think it's just a really, really cool aesthetic. Also, I'm kind of a sucker for the fact that we got to fly over the entire region to get here. I just think it's awesome. But anyway, if we head right on in here, there is this person. Hee hee hee, you're a trainer, aren't you? Don't say anything, just take this. And we get the spell tag. This will power up ghost type moves when held, which is super useful. Let a Pokemon hold a spell tag. It powers up ghost type moves. Oh, you have a spell tag. Where in the world did you find it? That is indicative of the fact that there are multiple spell tags to be found in the game. Not sure why that they did that, but there are lots of spell tags that you can find. I'm pretty sure there's at least 3 that you can get. Anyway, I don't think I restocked my Pokeballs last time, did I? I did not, so I'm going to restock the Ultra Balls. And one thing that is very much worth your time is this guy right here. Previous shops have sold these. I believe the one in Driftvale does, but I never pointed it out until now. This guy has Dusk Balls. These things are incredibly valuable if you are like me and you tend to record at night lots of the time. Well, I record, you guys play, generally. So I want to buy a whole ton of these because their catch rate is almost double what the Ultra Balls is when used at night or in a cave. And since I am comically loaded, I am going to buy 100 of them because why not, you know? I'm sure this will keep us set for quite a while on our path here. Also, right here we have Heat Rock, Damp Rock, Smooth Rock, and Icy Rock. These will extend the duration of all of these moves, all of these weather effects that can be caused by moves, which is very, very interesting. I believe they increase the duration up to 8 turns, which can be incredibly useful for strategies that involve having these weather effects in effect. Now there is one more item we can get. I believe it's right over here. Lentos Town is not very big, as you might expect, but there are some valuable things you can grab. You spoke to me. You're a quite good trainer. Okay, I like you. Take this TM. And we get TM 57 Charge Beam, which I believe is a decently powerful electric type special move. Charge Beam sometimes raises the user's special attack. If it is successful, the power will go up and up. Now if we head into our bag here, first off I would like to sort out this bag just so everything is all sorted. And this bag. And right over here we have our TMs. We have quite a few this D-pad. We have quite a few TMs under our belt already. I hope we will be able to collect them all over the course of the LP. I'm not entirely sure how feasible that is, however. Let's just sort out these last bags just in case there's anything that needs sorting. And I think that is pretty awesome. Now, if we head out of Lentos Town, that is actually everything of interest that I wanted to show here in the town. We can head out here. This is the Reversal Mountain Path. This area is pretty interesting because it's a route, quote-unquote, but it's not numbered, which I find pretty interesting. Anyway, we have a couple of trainers right here that I'd like to take out post-haste. Yahoo! If you call, I'll come right away. Alrighty. Now this route here is pretty short, but there is something very interesting at the end of it that I feel like a lot of players happen to miss, that I would really, really like to cover before we head into Reversal Mountain proper. Now one interesting thing about Reversal Mountain is that it is one of the few areas in the game that is different in between versions. I'm not going to go into too terribly big details about this, but I find it very interesting because the town map makes mentions of these differences, but the descriptions seem to be swapped in between versions. Meaning the description in Black 2 seems to reflect its appearance in White 2, which is something I find very interesting, and it sort of drives home the whole reversal aspect of it. It definitely confused a large portion of the fandom when the game had just come out in Japanese because it was accidentally mistranslated most of the time as Rebirth Mountain, because there is not a very easy way to differentiate the two words using the Japanese kana. But once it was localized as Reversal Mountain, things made a lot more sense. Anyhow, we got very unlucky there and we got burned, which is unfortunate. Which means I'm probably going to want to run back to the Pokemon Center after this fight, depending on how long it is. Alright, who's coming out next? Zebstrika. I think I would like to switch over to Get Bite for this one. Magnezone got a couple of levels in the past few episodes simply because of all of the catching and other sort of fighting we had to do, because Magnezone is packing Thunder Wave, which is absurdly useful. Although one thing you might notice, the opponents around here are pretty strong. We've already got people in the 40s running around here, which is kind of insane, so we might have to do a little bit of training in between now and the gym. But it is a long time between now and then, and there are a lot of trainers, so I'm not sure how necessary it's going to be to train. We're just going to have to see how far we get. Anyway, we have one more cyclist over here. Shift gears and Bob's your uncle. You'll be going full speed in no time. Okay. It's really nice to be exploring new areas in the game again. I think the last time we explored an actual new area was in episode 62, I want to say, which was almost 10 episodes ago. Unless I suppose the extra area in the sewers last time counts, so I guess it's not too big of a loss. Anyway, we have Electrode right here, which is a little bit awkward. We don't have very many typing advantages on our Magnezone here. Let's see how much Magnet Bomb will actually do. Not very much at all. I think switching out is definitely the right move here, so I'm going to switch over to Get Bite to maintain our immunity to this sandstorm that is brewing, and also to be immune to electric-type attacks like that. Very nice. See, we're strategizing here. Let's see, I think Dragon Claw will probably bring this thing down in one shot. At least I hope it will. Nice, but of course we got Staticked, so even though we're ground-type, we are paralyzed. Status effects. Alright, Pidgeot is coming out next, which means I think it is time to bring Magnezone back into the fray. I'm sure I've already professed my love for this Pokemon right about now, many times in the past because I used it in a previous Pokemon LP, but unfortunately it does not stand up to Thunderbolt well whatsoever. There it goes. And we actually got level 51 on Magnezone. I think it might be worth reshuffling the team a little bit. Magnezone is attempting to learn Discharge. Power 80, accuracy 100. Power 95, accuracy 100. I think Thunderbolt is definitely worth keeping because Discharge will hit your ally on double battles, and I'm pretty sure the game will actually weaken multi-hit moves when they hit multiple opponents. So say you have Surf, which has power, say, 80, I don't remember what it is. If it hits multiple opponents, it'll only do power, say, 65, I believe. It's sort of a nerfing that the game does, so I don't think Discharge is actually worth all that much when we have Thunderbolt. But anyway, that is actually the last trainer on this route, which is kind of funny, actually, so I'm going to head back to the Pokemon Center and heal, and I'll meet you guys right back over here. Alrighty, we are back. I switched the experience share over to Gastrodon because Mandibuzz was getting pretty up there in the levels. Now, we could go this way. Actually, is there anything over there? Let's see here. I'm not sure if there is. There is some shaking grass around somewhere, actually. Where is that? I hear it. Where is that? Aha, there it is. Guess we're coming over here anyway to see if there's anything of value in this grass. And of course there's not. I will be very surprised if we get through this entire series without... Oh hey, is that actually new? No, it's not. Oh well. I will be very, very surprised if I get through this entire series without coming across a shiny Audino, because when I'm searching for these shaking grass Pokemon, I see Audino after Audino after Audino. I've probably run into at least 500 or 600 at this point, which is insane to think about. Anyway, if we proceed further along on this route, eventually something new will show up, such as Torkoal. Torkoal is weird for me because it's just a regular pure fire type that doesn't evolve and has okay-ish stats, I guess. One thing that's funny about this Torkoal, this Pokemon Torkoal, is that in the Advanced Generation series of the anime, Torkoal was basically the Yamcha of Pokemon. Anyone who hasn't seen Dragon Ball won't get that trope at all, but basically this thing was sort of there for comic relief and hardly ever did anything of value. Which is a little unfortunate, but I guess we're just gonna have to deal with it. Anyway, let's try and catch it. Gonna use the Ultra Ball since daytime. Otherwise, I'd definitely be using the Dusk Ball. Didn't even put up a fight. Torkoal was caught. Since it doesn't evolve, this completes yet another evolutionary family. It burns coal inside its shell for energy. It blows out black soot if it is endangered. Something that they made sure to remind you of constantly in the anime. That happened pretty much every time Torkoal showed up. Anyway, if we head through the grass here... Wow, I was kind of hoping we'd run into something else to catch. Hang on. There we go, that's something. This is another 2 Pokemon we don't have, actually. Wow. I'll be honest, I don't know which one of these is rarer. Oh well, we're just gonna go for it. Let's capture Grumpig, I think, mainly because Thunder Wave will actually work on it. And let us quickly take down that Camerupt. I usually don't go out of my way to try and find a Pokemon out of the mass catching episodes, but we're about to go through a huge string of new areas, so the more Pokemon I can catch just in the regular episodes, the better, because I'm pretty sure by the time we get to the 7th gym, we will have another probably 100 or so Pokemon that we will be needing to catch for our Pokedex, which is kind of insane. So anyway, we got Grumpig weakened here. I think we should move on to catching it. Once again, one throw. I very much appreciate this happening, although statistically it really shouldn't be happening this often. It uses black pearls to amplify its psychic power. It does a strange dance to control foes' minds. Now that is a little bit creepy, but it's not as explicitly morbid as some other things in this game. Anyway, right up here we have this weird house. Now I think there's actually an item back here. Am I correct about this? Really? There's no item? Wow. I would have totally thought they'd hide something back here, but apparently not. Huh. Anyway, this house right here is what I would like to cover in the next episode. Apologies for this one being a little bit short, but I feel like there is going to be a serious change of aesthetic once we go into that house, and I think it deserves its own episode to sort of drive the point home about how weird it is. So, this past episode, we boarded a plane and flew across the Unova region into the mountains of Lentos Town. And next time on Pokemon Blaze Black 2, we are going to be entering this very strange house. So without further ado, thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Also, before we leave, I feel like I need to point out that with the capture of Grumpig, we have officially surpassed 50% of all Pokemon caught. Let's have a round of applause for that. I'll see you guys next time.